crazy mother.
All right, what's going on, guys? Just like one of my recent videos, I made a video on 5 easy ledge tricks for beginners. And today I'm gonna make a similar video, but for flat ground tricks. Maybe some of you guys are like just starting to skate and you don't even have flat ground tricks yet. But I might do 10 flat ground tricks just because there's I was gonna do 5, but there's so many like easy flat ground tricks for beginners that you guys can learn. So I already made a list of 10 tricks. So I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna do all of these. Yeah, I made a list of 10 tricks that I'm gonna be going over in this video. And just like in the 5 ledge trick video, I'm gonna give a mini trick tip on each trick. Like if you guys want a full trick tip on any one of these, just let me know in the comments. But this is 10 easy flat ground tricks for beginners, for all of you guys that are just now starting to skate. And if you already know how to skate, if you're already good at skating and you're just like, why should I even watch this video? I probably know all of these tricks. Stick around, hang out, watch, just chill. Just grab some popcorn and look at my face. Okay, anyway, in this video, I'm gonna be going over Ollie, fakie Ollie, pop shove it, front pop, kick flip, fakie shove it, fakie flip, 180, back 180, and fakie big spin. All of those basically are like kind of beginner tricks, except for like fakie flip maybe. But it's still, fakie flip is still kind of easy, so I'm gonna put it in this video. So like I said, there's a lot of flat ground tricks that you guys can learn on flat if you're just now starting to skate, because all of these are pretty easy. So I just randomly thought about making this video, and I'm gonna be making a video on like either 5 or 10 rail tricks, 5 or 10 manual tricks. A few of you guys told me to make a video about 5 easy manual tricks for beginners, and I'm gonna make that one soon. As soon as I find like the perfect like little manual pad, I'm gonna make that video. But yeah, you guys like these videos, so I'm gonna keep making them because it makes you guys happy. It makes me happy. Filming these is actually really fun. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. First trick, Ollie. Okay, most of you might already know how to Ollie anyway, but if you don't know how to Ollie and you wanna learn how to Ollie, I'm gonna give you like a little tiny trick tip right now. Okay, so quickly, back foot on your tail. Like all you really have to do is this. However it feels comfortable for you doing this, that's where your back foot wants to be. Front foot, you're gonna wanna have it like, you're gonna wanna have most of your foot on the board, right under these bolts. And then when you pop your board, slide your front foot up just like that. And then your board goes up, and then boom, Ollie. Okay, I'm not gonna try and explain every trick like a full-on trick tip, just because that's gonna take way too long. I'm doing 10, so I don't wanna make this video like a million years long. So I'm just gonna like do it really quick. Like I said, if you guys want me to make a trick tip on any of these videos, on any of these tricks, just let me know in the comments. Okay, second trick, which is basically the first trick, except fakie Ollie. Now, a fakie Ollie is basically, it's the exact same thing as Ollie, except you're gonna be riding your board backwards, or like the opposite way. To learn fakie Ollies, all you really need to do is just practice riding your board the opposite way, like riding it backwards. And once you feel comfortable riding your board basically backwards, but that doesn't mean riding your board like this, where you're facing this way and your back is facing this way. You're gonna wanna be facing, well, you do wanna face this way, but you wanna have your body facing towards this way, if that makes any sense. And learning Ollies and fakie Ollies are very important, because the tricks that I'm about to talk about next, you guys need to be able to Ollie and fakie Ollie for the rest of the tricks that I'm about to talk about. Ollies are like the very first trick everybody learns, because it's an Ollie. Like, it's basically not even a trick. A lot of people don't even count Ollies as tricks, but I personally think an Ollie is a trick. Like if you go to like a 10 stair and you Ollie it, that's a trick down it. So I personally count Ollies as tricks, and you're gonna wanna have Ollies to pop like a bunch of other tricks, because you just have to have Ollies to learn other tricks, so you can get the feel of popping your board and sliding your foot. Okay, next trick is pop shove it. Pop shove it, this trick is all in your back foot. Like this whole trick is because of your back foot. So when you're doing a pop shove it, this is literally all you need to do. And that's a pop shove it, just like that. If you guys can do this with your back foot, like just make the board spin 180 with your back foot, you can do a pop shove it. That's all you need to do. Okay, now pop shove it is a really easy trick. It's one of my favorite tricks. I love doing pop shove it's like off drops, off stairs, like off anything. I love doing pop shove it's, mostly because it's so easy and it feels like a pop shove it just feels nice. Like if you do a nice clean pop shove it, it feels really good. And to learn or to land pop shove it's, you're gonna need to have your Ollies, because pop shove it is you popping the board, and with Ollies you get that comfortable feeling of popping your board. And pop shove it, super easy. Like I said, I just hit a little piece of glass. Like I said, it's all in your back foot. That's all you need to do. Now you might be asking, Ashton, but what about my front foot? What does that do? Okay, well, first of all, you can kind of have your front foot anywhere that feels comfortable to you. Like sometimes when I do pop shove-its, I have it like this, I have it like that, I have it like this, I have it like that, all the way up there. I can put my foot anywhere for this trick because as soon as you pop the board and you scoop it, your front foot doesn't do anything. It just moves out of the way so the board can spin. Your front foot does nothing for this trick. You just roll, get your front foot out of the way so the board can spin, and that's basically it. Like, that's all you really need to do for a pop shove it. Okay, next trick, a front side pop shove it. This one is honestly a little bit harder than a pop shove it. It's basically the same exact thing except the board is going the opposite way. Okay, like I said, this trick exactly like pop shove it, except it goes the opposite way. But for this one, you kind of don't want to put your foot anywhere you want because when the board is going the opposite way, it tends to hit your front foot if you do it wrong. So for me, what I do is I put my foot on the board just like a heel flip. You know how you put your heel all the way on the board like that for a heel flip? That's what I do for frontside pop shove-its, but I don't put it as much. I just put, okay, basically I have a little bit of my toe hanging off and a little bit of my heel hanging off. And I can put my foot anywhere, like in the middle, up here, all the way up here. So you kind of can put your foot anywhere you want as long as most of your foot is on the board, like a heel flip. And then of course, you're not gonna be popping and scooping this way. You're gonna wanna pop and scoop that way. Like push the board that way, jump up, get your front foot out of the way, and there you go. Front side pop shove it. Okay, like these tricks, like they're not in any type of specific order. I mean, Ollie and fakie Ollie were kind of in order just because it makes sense to put Ollie and fakie Ollie right next to each other. But anyway, next trick, kick flip. Okay, now this is probably, okay, no, I was gonna say it's the difficult one, but fakie flip is the difficult one, and that one's after this, so. That one was weird, I'm doing it again. Okay, now kick flips. You guys are gonna wanna learn kick flips because pretty much a kick flip is basically like the most popular trick in skateboarding. Like if you're skating down the street and the car drives by, everybody who yells at a skater when they're in their car, they always say, do a kick flip. I mean, nobody ever really does a kick flip when they say to do a kick flip, but that's what they say just because pretty much when people do that, they probably don't skate and the only trick they know is a kick flip because kick flip, like I said, is probably the most popular skateboarding trick. So for kick flip, your back foot is gonna wanna be just like how you do your ollies, exact same way. Just like how pop shove it is all in your back foot, kick flip is all in your front foot. All right, so when I put my front foot down for a kick flip, I usually have it 1 inch to like 1.5 inches under these bolts, pretty much like that, with half your foot, well, a little bit more than half your foot hanging off. And then what I do is I kind of tilt my foot just a little bit like that. And then right when you pop the board, you pop it like an ollie, and then you flip out, like you see that? I'm gonna try and get a little bit better lighting. See that mark right there, that white stuff? That's from my shoe when I just did the kick flip right now. So that is exactly where you guys are gonna wanna flip it. Pop, flip all the way out to the nose, flip it right there, right where the board starts to curve right there, right there. Move your back foot out of the way, jump up, and then when it flips around, when you see your grip tape, boom, you're just gonna wanna land like that. And then you will have learned the most popular skateboarding trick ever. Okay, next, fakie flip. So basically everything I just said for the kick flip, you're gonna wanna do with the fakie flip, except going fakie. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much about fakie flips because it's basically the exact same thing as the kick flip, like I just explained, except you're writing fakie. All right, let's see what the next trick is. Okay, this one's a bit easier. Fakie, pop, shove it. Another trick you're gonna wanna have fakie ollies before trying this. Or not, maybe you can learn fakie shove it before you learn fakie ollies, who knows? But anyway, like I said with the pop shove it, it's all in your back foot, your front foot doesn't do anything. You can kinda have your front foot wherever you want it because all your front foot does is it just gets out of the way. You pop it, move your front foot out of the way, wait until the board spins around, spot your grip tape, spot your landing, and then just land back on it. But I do notice when I do fakie shove-its, I kind of point my foot a little bit more than a regular one. I think it's just because of the momentum of going backwards. But usually when I do a fakie shove-it, my foot is like a little bit more pointed like this, like a kick flip. Like that. I don't know why, like that's probably just for me, but like I feel like it's because of the momentum of me going backwards. Like my foot has to be like that. I don't know, it's just weird. It's probably weird, but to me that's how I do it. So maybe that'll make it easier for you guys too. All right, let's see, next trick. Okay, 180. And let me just say, first of all, I'm doing 10 of these because there's just there's a lot of flat ground tricks you can learn when you're very first starting to skate. So in future videos, when I make these types of videos, I'm probably not gonna do 10 because they're gonna be on obstacles, and doing a trick on an obstacle is a lot harder than just doing it on flats. So this is probably the only video I'm gonna make like this with 10 tricks instead of 5. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. And I picked these specific tricks because when I very first started skating, these were the 10 tricks I learned first before anything else. Okay, 180. The only trick you're gonna have to learn how to do before this is an Ollie. Like I said, you're gonna wanna have to learn Ollies before you try and learn anything else, because Ollies are the key to skateboarding. Ollies open up the doors for you to land like everything else. Okay, 180s, it's all in your shoulders actually. Like, yeah, your feet do the trick, but the trick basically is all in your shoulders. You're going to pop your Ollie and then turn your shoulders like that. It's so much easier to do a 180 when you turn your shoulders as soon as you pop, because like turning your shoulders turns your upper body that way already, so naturally the bottom half of your body is going to do the same thing. It's just a matter of keeping the board under you. And when I do, look, I'm getting all sweaty. And when I do 180s, I have my foot in the same position as I do for a front pop. This is like the most comfortable position for me, because when you Ollie, you're gonna wanna slide your foot up, like your whole foot, because your whole foot is gonna wanna push against your nose and like push your board 180 like that. So for me, I like to have some of my toes hanging off and some of my heel hanging off. You're gonna wanna have your foot a little bit higher than the middle of the board this time, just like an Ollie, but you're gonna wanna have more on your foot on the board instead of how it is for an Ollie. Sorry if I'm talking too fast. I'm sorry if like I'm going through all these tricks really fast. But like I said, I don't wanna like go too into detail on every trick because that's just gonna make the video way too long. Guys, look how sweaty I am. Okay, but anyway, next trick, back 180. This one is like a little bit more difficult than a regular 180 or like a regular frontside 180 because it's going backside. For a lot of people, and for me too, going backside is a lot harder. It's a simple trick, but it is gonna take some getting used to because you're going backside. Okay, last trick guys, and the last trick is fakie big spin. And fakie big spin is in, like I saved this one for last because I feel like this is like the coolest trick. It feels like this one feels so good to land, and a lot of people, me included, like when I very first started skating, fakie big spin, fakie big spin is one of those tricks that looks hard and it seems hard, but it's actually really easy. Okay guys, fakie big spin is like the big brother of the fakie pop shove it. A lot of people, when they try to do this trick, they try and do a fakie shove it and then land like on the back 2 wheels and then pivot the rest of the way. But for me, like honestly, that's so much harder because you have to like land perfectly on the back wheels and then turn again. It's too much for that trick. When you are going fakie, you're gonna wanna do a fakie pop shove it. You're gonna wanna scoop it just a little bit harder than a regular fakie pop shove it. And right when you pop, right when you do that, you're gonna wanna turn your shoulders like that. You might be regular, so it's gonna be different for you. Whatever, as soon as you pop, you're gonna wanna turn your shoulders a lot, enough for your body can do the 180. You guys can't see my shoulders right now, but your feet are gonna wanna be exactly like a fakie pop shove it, and then you're gonna wanna fucking rock. And then as soon as you pop the fakie pop shove it, that's when you're gonna wanna turn your shoulders. That was so stupid, what the hell was that? Okay, but anyway, as soon as you pop your fakie pop shove it, when you turn your shoulders, your board is just gonna follow you. So your board is gonna naturally do the 360. So basically this trick is all in your shoulders too. Because as soon as you pop the pop shove it, as soon as you get your shoulders turning, the board is just gonna naturally go with you, and it's just gonna naturally happen. Like you don't even really have to spot your grip tape and then spot where you wanna land, just because I feel like with this trick, it just happens naturally, and that's why it's so easy for a lot of people when they're very first starting to skate. Okay guys, like I said, if you guys want me to make a trick tip on any one of those 10 tricks, I hope that was 10. Was that 10? Was that even 10? I wasn't even keeping count. And like I said, I'm sorry if like I went through the tricks too fast and too quickly, but I didn't want to make this video too long. And like I said, these were the first 10 tricks I learned when I very first started skating. And if you have just started skating and you don't have any tricks yet, or if you just have Ollies down, hopefully this video helps you guys learn your first 10 skateboarding tricks. But anyway guys, if this video helped you and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new. Please subscribe guys if you haven't subscribed already, because we are almost at 3,000 subscribers. So yeah, if you subscribed, I will give each and every one of you a cookie. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I'd rather be a different man in another world. work for the man in my universe. Wonder what it feel like. Take flight.